Hello. Happy
Happy
Tuesday.
Tap Tuesday.
Tap Tuesday. Woo woo. All right. Welcome, everyone. My name is Clarice Leones,
And I'm Harriel Lawson.
and this is Tep Member Corner.
Mhm.
And we are so happy for you to be here with us this evening. Uh, but if you haven't already done so, we are asking you to please go ahead and share this live stream. Today we have a very special TEP member on the show with us. For all of you who are interested in IT, especially cybersecurity, big money, this is a very good chance for you to come and learn about the field and opportunities and training and the next step into joining this type of field. But before we get started, Hariela, can you
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about what Tip Direct is?
Yeah, so Tep Direct is our platform where we share it amongst the Togolese community to kind of get an understanding of who is out there that we can reach out to. So, for example, if you're looking for a hairstylist, we have Braids by Ren, a plumber, a chef, all of those are resources that we have on our website. So if you go on Tep Direct, you'll see it directly filled with that.
Yeah, right now we have about 70 businesses on Tep Direct. Okay. So if you are a business owner and you have yet to register yourself on Tep Direct, this is your chance to do so because you never know.
You never
In a
know.
year, in a year time, it might not be free or it just might not be even open to registrations anymore. So get on it now. So Tep Talk, we do Tep Talk and we have Tep Members Corner. What are those?
Okay, so Tap Members Corner is where we have a chance to take out someone from our directory and kind of have like a one-on-one session with them, try to get to know who they are, how they started their business, and things like that. Where on the flip side, you have Tech Talk, where we have an opportunity where we get to hear and learn more about what we can do within our own community. So right now we're going on a series about like finances, and we've been talking about like currency, the stock market, how to like, and tune our skills and techniques into that level. So it's really
Absolutely.
been a good educational experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love our Tep Talks and I love our Tep Member Corners so we get to know our businesses that are on Tep Talk and Tep Direct. So we also have merchandise on Bonfire. We have t-shirts, sweaters, mugs. If you would like to support Tep Direct in any way, shape, or form, please, we ask you to go on bonfire.com/store/tep dash direct and make a purchase. The benefits or the profits made on this product is to help us actually build a Tep Direct app in the near future. And also, if you are a business owner,
Mhm.
whether you are on Tap Direct or not, and you would like to advertise with us during our show, you have the opportunity to do so at a very low price. Please just email us at tapdirect@gmail.com and we will make sure to take good care of you. So, today is a very special day
A very
because
special day.
we have a new host that joined the team who's going to be hosting Tep Talk and Tep Member Corners with us.
Mhm.
And yeah, I am very excited to have him on board.
Super excited.
And it is none other than the Lamba V Mignon, Mr. Wara.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I
Hello,
think
everybody.
everyone in the comments should welcome our new co-host.
Yes, please, we
Everyone
want to see
welcome him.
les cœurs. Envoyez les cœurs, envoyez
Envoyez
les
le cœur, envoyez le
cœurs,
cœur,
envoyez les cœurs, partagez le
envoyez le
live.
cœur. Appuyez sur partager, share.
Let's welcome Warai, I want to see the comments. Welcoming. Thank you, Diana Mensah. Yes, 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 yeah. Welcome, Wara, to Tep members, Tep Direct, Tep Talk, Tep Members Corner. We are so happy to have you. Um, I'm gonna leave the rest up to Ariella. I think we should get to know, take 2 minutes to get to know Wahara a little bit, and then we can
Yeah.
go on to the show.
Yeah. So while we're getting to know Aura, please share on Facebook, on YouTube, so that everyone can get to see the new things that we're doing here. So, my new co-host, may you please introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Ariela. Thank you, everybody. And my name is Wara PM, and I'm in Minnesota. Like you can see, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm really, really thankful for the opportunity to be here today. And like I'm Togolese, and I love soccer, and I did had a degree on finance as well. And I love food. I love African food, and yeah, I'm Togolese, obviously. So, yep. And I'm like I said, thank you so much, thank you so much, everybody, to join us today for the Tep Member Corner. And I'm so excited to be on board today. And yeah, thank you, Arella.
Yes, yes, yes. We got it. So without further ado, we're gonna get ready with our TEP members corner today. Wara, are you excited? I'm excited because lately, like we just been pulling in so many cool people. So today on Tep Members Corner, we're going to have Kossi Azoumaro. He's been on the show before, so he's no stranger to us. But let me just give a brief like bio of who he is.
Okay,
So he's a cybersecurity engineer, and he has that experience of over 15 years. So that's amazing. And of
amazing.
course, he has an educational background. So he has his bachelor degree in economics and a master's degree in information assurance. And today we're going to talk about cybersecurity. So we're so excited to have him here with us today. Hi.
Previa sound taller.
Makio, Dikiwa, how you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
I'm
also
good.
doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah.
Welcome back again to Tep Talk, Tep Members
It's
Corner.
only Tuesday. We still have a long way for the weekend to come. So
Yes, sir.
having a long day, we work a lot today. But
Yeah,
thank God we are here. Thank
amen.
God it's a Tuesday.
Yes. So I just gave a small bio, but is there anything that I missed out about yourself that maybe a new member that's watching today would like to know?
Yeah, actually, I have two bachelors. I have one in marketing, business, focus on marketing, that I had in Ghana before coming here. And then when I came to the US, I have a bachelor in economics in addition to my master's in information assurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And for the certification, I don't even count them
Mm.
because there are too many to be
Yeah, too
counted.
many of them. Wow.
To be counted.
The proud Togolese.
That's so cool.
Previa sound taller.
Oh my.
Makewa.
So today's topic is actually cybersecurity, and like we hear a lot about it today.
Okay.
So for our first question, I just wanted to ask you, like, what inspired you to get into this field and to be able to provide services like this?
Honestly, I've never dreamed to be in the cybersecurity field. It's not something that I had passion for from the beginning. So if you look at my educational background, I started with business, focus in marketing. Then later on, I did economics, and my master's is in information assurance.
Mm-hmm.
That should tell you that in the beginning, I have no idea of doing cybersecurity. Um, Now, what happened, and this is a story I want to share, if you allow,
Yes.
which maybe might motivate a lot of people, is that when I came to this country, I already came with a bachelor degree. So I went to University of Maryland where I asked to see whether I can do any other courses. Now with what I did back home, with the transfer and everything, the course that I can do and finish like in 1.5 years without going through the whole 4 years again in the US was doing economics. But I was focused in agriculture economics.
Mm.
That's what I did. So I finished the bachelor within 1.5 years. So I had my degree, and then I started looking for a job. All right. So
Yeah.
when I started looking for a job, it took me a while. I was not even getting a call. So I
Mm.
had my resume posted everywhere, applying every day, but I was not getting any job. And at that moment, I was working at one restaurant in DC called um, Center Cafe in
Mm.
DC. If you know Union Station DC,
Yeah,
that's where
Union
yeah.
Station.
So I was working as a bartender and also as a server over there. So as I was looking for a job, I couldn't get any. One day, my beautiful, lovely, tantalizing wife came to
Eesh.
the house one day, and she said, "I met this great Ghanaian guy who said in America, right? If you want to do something successful, something that is not going to take you too much to get the job, you have to do something that is whether focus in the medical field or you have to do something IT." But for him, he chose to do IT, and he was able to secure a job that is allowing him to make 6 figures.
Mm.
So my wife told me that. I was like, come on.
Right.
So he's making 6 figures, eh? And he also said that he took a training somewhere for 3 months and he's making 6 figures. And I look at my wife and say, this guy, you guys want to play me 419? Do you know what is 419?
I know a 419.
I don't know, like these people want to play me 419. Charlie, this still not work. Oh. And my wife said, no, give him a call. Maybe he will give you more explanation on what is really the deal. So I eventually called the guy and asked him, and then he gave me a lot of a lot of detail about what I can do and all that. And he even gave me the number of the guy who is organizing the class. And I called the guy, and the guy told me everything about the class. That the class is 3 months after you finish to help with your resume and all those stuff. So I decided to give it a shot. So I went first day of class. They talk about stuff, IT security, cyber stuff, and I see that the stuff they were talking about are not really anything like is not so difficult to comprehend. And the first day that I came from class, I started doing my own researches. Like I researched a lot, I read a lot. I've been sleeping like 2 a.m. and all that, doing my
Mm.
own stuff.
Right.
So by the time the class supposed to be 12 weeks, right?
Yeah.
By the time I got to the 7th weeks, I was so ahead of the class that I asked the guy, "Can you help me with my resume so that I can go and get a job?" And then I always remember that day. The guy laughed at me. I say, "Are you ready?" I said, "Yes." He said, "My friend, this cyber field, once you post your resume, people gonna call you." And I
Wow.
thought it was a joke. I was like, "Yeah, oh, all right. Yeah, I finished my bachelor's. I have 2 bachelors. I'll be posting my resume." Not even a single soul called me. And then you're telling me that once I put my resume for a class that I did for maybe just up to 2 months, I will get so many calls. So he helped me to put up my resume. I did my resume, and I remember vividly, I posted my resume on the Sunday night. And the following day, which is a Monday, I supposed to do breakfast at the restaurant. So I have to work breakfast in the morning. So I posted a resume Sunday. I went to work on a Monday. So from 8 o'clock in the morning, my phone started ringing.
Wow.
People were calling me, but I cannot pick up because I was on the floor working, doing
Wow.
breakfast. I couldn't pick up. So there's one call that came in, and I decided to just run to the bathroom and just pick the call. So I ran to the bathroom, and then I picked the call. and there was a recruiter on the phone. I believe the name of the company that called me, if I can remember. There's a company in Virginia. So they called me. They said they were looking for an IT auditor for a company, financial company called Promontory in Virginia.
Mhm.
So they're looking for an IT auditor. Whether I'm interested? Yes, I say yes, I'm interested. And they say, okay, this position is not really paying well. They are only paying 85,000 a year, and they are not paying well. So I am working at a restaurant.
I'm
I'm
smiling.
making $2 an hour, and the guy is telling me,
We're comparing
well,
it to
yeah, they are not paying well. But me too. I was like, okay, 85. I can manage 85. That's fine. I can manage. So they set me up for interview on Wednesday. So I got a call on Monday. Interview was set up for Wednesday. So I went for the interview. I took the train. Went for the interview. So I sat with the director. They asked me a couple of questions. There was only one question that I was not able to answer. And for people who do IT, the only question I didn't answer was a question about what is a three tiers theory. What is a three tiers theory or three tiers architecture in web application? So I'm going to take the opportunity to explain that quickly for you people guys to learn something. When we say three
I
tiers theory or three tiers architecture, is any application you see today online, all the application you get access to through the web, right? So like Tep Direct right now, we're on Facebook, right?
Mhm.
Facebook is a web application. So any application you see have three parts. It has something we call the presentation layer, which is the layer you use to get to the app. So here, as we are watching this show, everybody is getting to this live two ways, whether through the app on their phone or through their browser on their computer, right? That's how they are getting to watch this show. So that's
Right.
the presentation layer. So that presentation layer sit on the server we call a web server. That web server serve as a link to present whatever I want to present to people. It's like when you go to a restaurant and if you want to eat at a restaurant and you sit down, who come to you first?
The
Who
waiter.
can tell me? The
The
waiter
waiter.
or the server. So that server, we call it the web server, which is the server that is the presentation to the whole world.
Right.
Now, after the presentation and the web server, we have what we call the application server. The application server is the server that actually hold the application, the code that you use to run the application. Facebook is built on a code, and that code reside on an actual server. So the presentation server is to serve the content to the web, and then the application server is the server that actually hold the code. Anything you see online today is written through a code. Like for example, your phones, the Android phones are based on Java code, very
Right.
popular, right? They are Java code. You have C++, you have Python, you have PHP, are all code that is, you write. So like when you go to a restaurant, right, you have the application. You have the application. In our example that I just gave right now, you go to a restaurant, the first person you see is the server. Now, when you order for a food and they take it to the kitchen, who cooks the food?
The chef.
The chef. Here in our scenario, the chef is the application because he has all the ingredient to actually cook the food, right? Now, so you have the presentation, you have the application, and there's a last piece, which is what we call the storage, right? The storage, right? Server that have everything that you need, for the application to be functioning, need to be stored somewhere. So it's the same way when you go to a restaurant, if you want to cook the food, where does the chef pick the ingredient from to cook the food? Who can tell me? Where are the ingredients stored?
Maybe the freezer.
In the fridge. That's correct. Everything is stored in the fridge. So
Mhm.
whatever you order for, the chef will pick it up in the fridge, right? That's the storage. Pick it up, right? Cook it, mix it. That's the application, mix it, everything. And then he has to give it to the server, which is the presentation, to come and present to you, the client or the customer. And it's the same thing. If today Warren go to his bank app, you want to look at all the expenses he did yesterday, you go the browser, you type your username and password, you click somewhere, say I want to view all my transactions that I made yesterday. The presentation layer will take that and give it to the application. The application will look at it and they say, okay, Warren want to pull all the information, all the transactions you make yesterday, and they reach out to the database, pull all those information, bring it to the application give it to the presentation, and voila, you see. So anything you see online today is a 3 tiers theory. That is the architecture that all application use. So now when you are using even WhatsApp, think about it. All the pictures that you send people are saved in a database.
Right.
So if one day you hear that a bank was hacked and they got access to your password, it means that somebody was able to hack to the bank's what? Who can tell me? To the bank's what? To the bank's database. Because every single information is stored in a database. So the dream of any hacker is to hack that database. That's where all the juicy information, your credit card information, everything is stored. So that is the beautiful thing. So now let's come back to our story, right? So that was the only question I couldn't answer, but I had an idea, so I explained it. So the guy said, "That's fine. We're gonna get back to you, but once again, this position doesn't pay a lot. It's only pay 85,000. So, all right. So I left. So I took my train again. I was going home. So when I got to my last stop, the recruiter called me, and he said, "The guy like you so much. They don't want to miss the opportunity to hire you. So they are making an offer. So you have 48 hours to accept or deny." I told the guy, I don't need 48 hours. I need just 1 hour to get to the house to my computer to sign and give it to them. That's how I started my career in cyber. From there, I went to work for what do you call it? IMF. From there, I worked for DHS, which is the Department of Homeland Security. I worked for CMS, Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services. So I worked for a long time for the government, and then now I just be working for myself. So that's my story of getting into cyber, and I hope this story will motivate a lot of people to get into cyber.
Yeah, and before Wara goes and asks you the next question, can you let us know, like, how long have you been in this industry?
Yeah, I've been in the industry for the past 15 years, and one good thing about me is that those 15 years, when I tell people that I've been in 15 years, sometimes when I talk, people think I'm in the field for like the past 25 years.
Wow.
The reason being that I challenge myself all the time. And before I didn't like reading, but when I got in cyber, that got me to read a lot. I read a lot of the cyber book, and when you come to my house, you see computers all over the place. I build labs, I try stuff, and that is something that I'm very passionate about. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing to hear. Very inspiring that you
I
continue.
see Clarice say I'm old. I'm only 41.
Hey, that's not old.
Yeah, that's not old.
That's not old. You're still young though. Yeah, before I move to my question, I just want to add your story is really inspiring. And I hope somebody out there, even myself, listening to you, maybe will make a decision to join the cybersecurity field. And it's really inspiring your story. And thank you for sharing that with us today. And the next question will be, what is your favorite part of what you do?
My favorite part of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the past 9 years, I have a cybersecurity school. So the guy that taught me, after I finished the class, I think after 2 years, I joined him and started teaching the class. And later on, I have now my own school to teach. And what makes me happy all the time is, I can tell you, anytime I go to any federal building in DC, there's somebody that will call me or somebody that will mention my name. I'll tell you I'll tell you guys two stories.
Mhm.
One that happened recently. I was on a call with one of the federal agency called GSA, which stand for General GSA. Man, you use abbreviation and then you start to forget the stuff. So somebody can Google GSA. I know the first is general, the last one is administration. I forget about the S.
Services. It's services.
Okay, General Services Administration. So I was on a call, and it was about 50 people over there, and no, they were picking my brain on some web application they were creating and stuff. And then as we were on the call, and then somebody else was talking, and a message came to my phone, and I look, one of my students took a screenshot of when I was talking and sent it to me. So I didn't even know I had a student that I taught 6 years ago on the call. So he sent me a screenshot and say, "Hey," he say, "Focus, I'm here. I can see you." You see things like that, and you are happy.
Yeah.
Another story I'll tell you. The current project that I'm working for, one of the biggest, not biggest, one of the cargo airline, which is called AmeriJet, which is a cargo company that is actually working with DoD, Department of Defense, to ship the COVID vaccine all over America. The current project that I'm working on for that company, I was introduced to help through one of my old students. She is now the second in command when it comes to cybersecurity for the entire company.
Wow.
Right? You see? And then the last, I have so many examples. The last one I'm going to give you guys is that 4 years ago, I used to do a project in DHS, which is Department of Homeland Security. On my first day at the federal building, I was rushing to go to a meeting. I was so late. And as I was running, somebody was calling me, "Mr. Kossi, Mr. Kossi, Mr. Kossi." I said, "Who is calling my name here again?" And then he said, "Oh, it's me, Jennifer. You don't know me? You don't remember me?" I said, "No, I don't remember you, Jennifer. I have to go to that meeting." He said, "Oh, no, I took your class 5 years ago." I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you know a lot of your students are here in the DC area? You have one in Department of Agriculture. You have one at the Treasure." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, you know what we're going to do? Thursday morning, I'm going to call you, and then you're going to come downstairs and meet some of your students." So I went for the meeting. That was, I think, on a Monday. On a Thursday, she called my desk, and then she said, "I have students downstairs that want to, say hi to me." And actually, when I went downstairs, about 8 students that are people that I thought were downstairs to come and meet me. And then that things like that make me feel so special.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, great.
I have taught well over 400 students, and there are so many of them that is working. Recently, I have a lady that called me. She worked for a company in South Africa and doing some audit work in Ghana. She's a Ghanaian, but hired by a company in South Africa, doing some work in Ghana. She has a good salary working in Ghana. She called me last time, and then she said she can't thank me enough, and things like that make me so happy.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Those stories honestly so inspiring. Like what I like one
And-
day, like that's gonna be us.
But you know what is the most painful aspect of all this for me?
What is it?
What is it?
The Togolese people are so hard to convince to understand that cyber pays a lot. In
Yeah.
all these 9 years of teaching, I can count the number of Togolese that I taught. And all the Togolese that I taught, all of them are working today. And some of them, Wara, you might even know them. You might know them. Few of them that I taught, they're all working. One just recently got a job in North Carolina. If I mention his name here, everybody knows him in the community. He's in North Carolina. He just got a job with secret clearance.
Wow.
Togolese people are so hard to convince.
I think you just convinced me. So your next then will be me.
But Nigerians and Ghanaians have understood this so easily. And I can tell you, I'm proud of our African community because any company that I go to work here now in the US to do projects or something, I always meet Ghanaians, Nigerians, African people are not getting in, are now also getting into the field. Right
Yep.
now in this comment, I see Espoir is also a very good. I think he's a network engineer. He's into IT. I see Sonia is also into the field, and I think some of us already in the field need to convince you guys. Sometimes let me tell you the secret.
Wait,
Okay.
Don't tell
actually,
anybody. Oh.
Okay.
wait,
Let,
wait,
let,
wait,
let,
wait.
let me
Don't
say
tell
my
anybody.
thing.
Get to the secret. Let's just take a break. Let the crowd try to marinate what the secret is. Sorry, guys, we're about to go on a break really quick.
Okay. All
But
right.
after the break, we're gonna spill that secret. We just want to introduce you guys to some
I
new
can't wait for
memories
the
and
secret.
see you after the break with the secret.
All right. We'll be back.
Yeah, so we just want to introduce one of the newest members, House of Ba. Please go on to the directory. House of Ba is a catering and personal chef company that aims to promote diversity and inclusiveness and spark meaningful and relevant conversations in our community about providing fresh and healthy food. Next up, we have Lioness Administrative and Logistics Agency, which is also known as Lala. Please, this is an opportunity. If you have a business that needs more working on, reach out to the agency and they're here to ensure your business goal. Next up, we have Liliana's Cake Pops. This is come on, like cupcakes, birthday showers, birthday parties. Like this is obviously a really good company where you can just get those cake pops for your for your events. And then next up, we have United Realty. Um, this company is a real estate company that offers commercial and residential real estate services to individuals and businesses. You decide and I guide. We are so happy to have those join us, our Tep Direct community. And yeah, that is. Yes, that was Afro. That's the upcoming festival that is coming up. So, guys, I really encourage you to go ahead and get your tickets for that. It's going to be amazing. And we just want to thank them for sponsoring today's show. All right, that is the end of our breaks. What you guys just saw was Lala Agency. So please, please, please have your way. They are the newest members on Tep Direct, so please have your way and make them useful. So now, what is the secret?
The secret
Okay.
is that Those jobs are 6-figure jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they are not hard to do. They are not. People, when they say cyber, people think it's something so difficult to do. True story. One of my students got hired in Texas, and for 3 months, all that she was doing is to upload documents. So she called me and said, Mr. Kossi, I think they're going to fire me one day. I say, why? I say, oh, for the past 3 months, all I've been doing, they will be giving me document I'll upload, and they are paying me $120,000 a year. And all that I was doing is upload, upload, download, upload. That's it. And honestly, when I used to be a federal employee, we have the same routine. In the morning, we go to meeting. At 11:30, we go for lunch and come back at 2 p.m. Do one more meeting. By 4, we take our bag. We are gone. You know, the jobs are not hard. I have students that are making $500,000 today. Why? Because they can easily manage 3 jobs sitting at home. They have 3 screens. They have one screen for this job. They have one for this job. They have one for this job. It's fully remote. They work from home. It's not difficult. So that's the secret. The secret is, yes, to get in sometimes is a little bit difficult because you have to go through the training and all that. But I can tell you, and I can testify, most of the people here that are doing IT can testify. Once you get in, the job itself is not that hard. You're going to be doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. You get the money, you get your 401k, you get your vacation, you get all the benefits. I'm telling you, it's not that difficult. And they are so much opening right now. They are looking for people. They can't even get them.
Wow.
They can't even get the people. You know, they can't even get them. Especially if you become a little bit technical and you know what you are doing, people will be begging you to. I can't even tell you the number of emails I receive on daily basis. People will literally beg you that, please, we just want you to work for us. They'll beg you. For me, well, if you call me and you are not mentioning anything at least above 175 a year, there's not even no need to even call me.
Wow.
Yeah.
To that level.
Yes. So the jobs are there. And I don't even know how to convince Togolese people anymore. I used to do that. Now I even give up. I don't convince people anymore. I just do my own stuff, and
You just have
because I got to a point, or my wife is doing the same thing. Most of the people I care about, they are all doing the same cyber. So right now, my entourage, I'm okay. Everybody's doing cyber. So the good thing is that if everybody is making money, nobody is coming to borrow money from you again. Everybody is good. So if you want to go on vacation as friends, it's easy because we can all call off easily. That's the good thing about this job. I can wake up one morning, I don't want to work. I just send a message to the team leaders and I say, today I'm not feeling well, I don't want to work. Even 2 hours before time, I can just call off. But if you are working at a restaurant, hey, to call off, yeah. It's like the jobs that don't pay well are the hardest. Those are the jobs that give you headache. This one, sometimes you are working from home, we wake up from your bed, you start working. I have some time, I can be doing my rounds, right? Doing stuff that I have to do, go to the store, do this. I have everything on my phone. I can reply emails on my phone. I can sit in my car, join meetings. I go to Africa. Sometimes I don't even need to take any vacation because I can still work on the road. Most of the IT jobs, you can still do stuff remotely. So this is a very great opportunity. Sonia say stop giving out the secret because she's she's in a field too. She work in pajamas. Yes, sometimes I just take my computer, log in, and then I know my next meeting is at 10. I can just log in at 7 a.m., put my watch at 9:45, and go back and sleep, and wake up 15 minutes before my meetings, and then do my meetings. Easy. Yes, you don't need a background in mathematics. You don't need it. See, there was one lady who took my class. She's a Nigerian. When she got the job, and it's that day that I swear that everybody on this earth can get a job. I'll tell you why. This lady, when I taught her, she will call you every day and ask you the same question, and I'll explain again and again and again. Hey, I said, Jesus Christ. And you guys know how some of the Nigerians, their accent is, right? The way they speak. Because sometimes when she speak myself, I'm from Africa, but I need to ask her to repeat it again for me to understand. But one thing I love about that lady is that she never gave up. She'll ask you the same question again, again, and again. Now, it took her a little bit of time. It took her actually 2 years to get a job. But when she got that job, she been working for the past 5 years. And she got so many certifications right now that I'm so proud of her. When she got that job, I said, everybody can be in this IT.
Right.
Everybody. It's just the dedication.
Yeah.
Focus. Know what you want. Like my training, the way I restructure my training, somebody says, how long is the training? The way I restructure my training is that you see a lot of these classes out there, people offering the same class, but mine is a little bit different. Why is it different? Because I know a lot of people who are taking the training, some of them don't have any IT background. I start from scratch. So my class is a 16-week class, 4 months. And those 4 months, we have 2 classes a week. We have Wednesdays, 7 to 9, and then Saturdays, we have 10 to 1 p.m. So it's twice for 16 weeks. Now, when you finish the 16 weeks, it's not finished yet. We have additional 8 weeks to prepare you on how to do interviews and how to write your resume. We give you all the tips, for another 8 weeks. So when you finish those 16 plus 8, that's when you are ready to go and apply. And I can tell you, I have a good success rate. And the way I judge my success rate is like this. Not the number of people who get a job, but the number of people who got a job and got fired because they don't know what they are doing. I never had any student got fired before, because by the time you finish my class, you're going to know so much that if you tell somebody I have 5 years of experience, they're going to believe you.
Wow.
Because I'll make you work on stuff. Because during our class, we make you work on stuff like you are doing the actual work. So you're going to really understand. On top of that, we have labs where you can practice some of the IT stuff, like how to practice some of the command, how to run some security scans and stuff. We teach you the real stuff. So it's an actual school. It's not like a boot camp. As here, people say, oh, we teach you in 8 weeks. Beautiful. If you want to go that route, you can go. But I can tell you, after you finish, when you get a job, you're going to struggle because you're not going to really understand this stuff. So I take my time to teach you 16 weeks plus 8. Then you have the hands-on to go out there and look for a job. Right? So that is how. So someone said, DJ, I have someone who has been trying to reach you. Leave a number. Okay, I will leave my my number or my email so that you guys can contact me. So, or you can go to our website. You go to our website, we have all the information. Is it possible for my website to be displayed? You go to the website, you get all the information. Yeah, that's the website. Go there, you get all the information you need. Our classes are strictly online because of the COVID. We used to have a location in Greenbelt, Maryland, but now everything's online. So we have a student portal. The classes it used to be $3,000 for the class. So I don't want people to focus on the money. Some people feel, oh, 3,000 is a lot. See, there's no comparison. You do a class for 3,000, and let's say they are not even paying you, right? And you get a job that is paying you 85,000. there's no comparison. How much is a semester class in at a college? And you do that for 4 years, and then you are not getting a job. So 3,000 is nothing, but we even brought the cost down. We are even charging 2,005 for the class. And on top of that, you have payment plan. You know, for the class, we give you a book that is almost 500 pages. It's something I wrote myself. Is something I wrote that will give you the practical aspect. You know what you really need to be successful. You know, and
Question from the
yeah,
audience. Wara, do you want to read the question?
Yeah, somebody's asking, is it possible to take part of your class online for those of us who are abroad?
yeah.
Some
The
for it.
the entire class is online now because of the COVID. And even back in the days where we have a location in Maryland, we still like the same time I'm teaching, people also watch online. So the class is actually online. And the good thing also is we are three that teach the class. So we are three. So we have three professors, and it means that when you have a problem, you still have people you can reach out to. And
Okay.
I see my students as a family. This means when you finish the class, you get a job and you get some assignment that is hard for you to do, or a project that is hard for you to do. You can contact me, you can contact the other two professors, and I can bet you whatever you bring to us, I'm sure I have seen it before, or somebody, if not me, any of my past students have seen it before. It is not going to be anything new to us. So we are family. I have people, I have students after 5, 6 years, they still contact me, and I also do contact some of my students for help on stuff maybe I know they are more familiar with. So we are a big family, you know. So I'll encourage a lot of people and everybody here to visit our website. Even if you are not interested in, go and visit and maybe recommend it to your friend. And
Yeah.
that's the only way we can actually empower our community. You know,
Yes.
see, this IT honestly have changed my life. Honestly. And that's why I love my wife so much. Because if it's not because of her meeting this Ghanaian guy, maybe I will not be doing the IT. I'll be maybe still struggling in that restaurant, still trying to, serve food and all that. So I can only encourage people to try, you know, not everybody will love IT. But if you don't want, share the information. We want more people to get into the IT. It's like when you go to any company, there's one particular country you see. Who can tell me that?
Nigeria.
No, it's not in
India.
Asia. Indians, like
Indians.
everywhere you go, you see Indians. And then what surprised me is that honestly, sometimes when I go to meetings with Indians, I don't even understand what they are saying. So I end up saying that, oh, like if the name is Raj, I say, Raj, you know what? You see what you said in the meeting? It sounds so good. Can you send me an email to summarize what you just said in the meeting? You know that I didn't understand what they said because sometimes when Indians talk, I don't even understand anything. But they are in the field. It's just to tell you that we don't really in IT, whether you have an accent or not, when you have the technical knowledge, that's good enough to do the job. And
So
they're still opening.
how can we encourage our Togolese community to get more involved or find ways to be more exposed to IT?
Is their mindset because they think that some people think that you coming to rob them of their money, And I always tell these people, and I always tell people the amount of money I make by teaching, if it's really is because of the amount, I don't need to teach. You know what I'll do? I don't really need to teach because if I'm even getting, let's say, which I don't even get, let's say I get 100,000 a year out of the teaching, right? If I want, I don't have to teach. All I have to do is to get one more job additional to what I have, and I'll be fine. I'm not going to have any stress where people will be calling me 24 hours. Oh, Mr. Kossi, can you explain this to me? Can you do this to me? I can just get one extra job and I'm fine. But I'm doing it because of the love of my people and I want to see our community rise like other communities. I don't know, it's the problem of mindset. People think, okay, you're coming to rob them, or you're just doing it to get money. You know, it's not that. Some of us we do it for passion, and I love teaching. I'm telling you, you know, people who know teachers, you can see that I'm already in my teaching mood already. In my introduction, I end up teaching people what is a 3TS theory. That's me. That's what I love doing. If it's not IT, you see me doing my DJ stuff. Those are my passion. And when you do IT, I always tell people to this. Somebody will tell you, "Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't like IT. You know, that job, that's not where my passion is. I want to do something else." And this is my advice to people all the time. IT can help you to actually do stuff that you like to do. Why am I saying that? If I was working at a restaurant, I'm not sure I'll be able to have a whole studio like the way I have right now set up, like this microphone. I don't want to tell you the price, but if you Google it, this is a very expensive mic, and I have 5 of those. The webcam I'm using very expensive. I have a studio here in the US. I have 2 in Togo. I have 1 in Ghana. If I was not doing IT, I'm not sure I'll be able to invest money in something that I love to do, like my passion.
Right.
I will not be able to do it. So if you like fashion, and one day you want to be, you want to have a big store to sell, clothing and stuff, you're gonna need the money, right? So you can think about IT. Let me get into IT, save money, and do what I love. So have that mindset. Then you see.
I think you have one question. Someone is asking any requirement for materials, PC, laptop, equipment.
So for the materials in terms of documents and all that, we're going to provide all the documents and give you the resources that you need. For the laptop, you just need a basic laptop. You don't need anything fancy. A basic laptop will do it because, first of all our assignment and labs are web-based. It means that you're not actually doing anything on your laptop, but you're going to use your laptop to log in into the lab portal, and then you do whatever you have to do. So you don't really need any fancy computer to do it.
And I have a quick question. What advice can you give for the Tep direct community?
Okay, somebody is asking a question. When did the next class start? If you go to our website, all those informations are there. I think the next class starts in July. So go to the website. You see all the sessions scheduled for this year. Every single information you're looking for is on that website. Our community, what would be my advice to the community?
Yes.
I would say, don't be afraid of IT. Venture into IT. What you see on TV, people sitting behind a black screen and typing and doing all that, writing those code. Yes, it's part of IT, which is pen testing, which I do because for the past 5 years I was doing IT auditing, and I became so bored. I want something challenging, and then I'm now doing pen testing, where I'm what we call ethical hacking guy, where company hire me to see whether I can break into their application, into their system. Yes, but that's not all IT. IT is broad. Even when you take cybersecurity, is broad. I'll just give you some example. Part of IT security, we have what we call policy writing. So you can be hired to write policies. That's one. Right? Compliance policies. You could be hired to be training people in terms of cybersecurity. You could be hired to be doing IT auditing, like auditing system and writing report. So IT is big. So please don't be afraid to venture into IT. If you don't challenge yourself, if you don't try it, you don't know whether it's going to work for you or not. Yes, it's true that it's not going to work for everybody, but try before you say that, oh, I also tried, it didn't work for me. All right. So if you don't get a job, then you're going to be back to whatever you were doing before. So That would be my advice for people. Just man enough and try, because it might be rewarding to you at the end.
Wow. And look at that. We're at the top of the hour. It is 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for spilling all the gems, the details about cybersecurity, about the course. Everyone, please go on this website. And if you're interested, take a shot, take the chance. Like, you never know how this might change your life. Laura, like this show today, amazing.
It was amazing. And thank you for Kossi for giving all those gems to us. Definitely just got one student, so I'll definitely call you.
Yeah, so you have to get in, and so that 3 months from now, 4 months from now, you come and give testimony.
Okay,
You know,
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a
yeah,
try.
give it a trial. You know.
Give it a try.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Hopefully you have a chance to come back on the show again to spill more gems. Without that, good night. So yeah, good night. Bye.